Okay, so now we just need to dock with our fueling station one more time, and then we can actually do something different. So, fuel transfer ship. That's my target. And I actually want to change the name of this. Let me actually switch to this guy. Hibernation in warp auto. I think that I should just do it that way. Okay. Okay, I want to rename this guy. Where is it? Where's the actual name of this guy? Here it is. No. Is it this because I said control from here? How do I change the name of this vessel? Why are you all your ships so phallic? Is there something you're repressing? Have you ever seen a real rocket in real life, sir? I'm pretty sure every rocket ever designed is pretty phallic. How can I change the name of this ship? Anybody know? Rename vessel on the pod probe. Yeah, but where? Okay, here it is. This one. Rename vessel. Okay, there it is. This is going to be orbital fueling station. And this will be station. Accept. And these gear can be retracted, right? There we go. I don't need those guys sticking out. Okay, cool. All right, so it was that thing there. Okay, so now we want to swap over to the other guy, not the mining drill. Okay, set as target. No. Switch to. If I do this, I can just swap to the guy I just want to launch off of. Okay. So once we get this orbiting station fueled, then I can do other stuff, because this is, again, like most stuff, taking much longer than I wanted to take just to do this. So swap here. Debris. Okay. So this is what we want to get up to. Is there a way that I can make it not pull fuel from up here? I guess it doesn't matter because the fuel's all shared, so it's fine. So I need to now get another rendezvous with this guy. That's my target. So if I go at 90 degrees, I can basically match the orbit, I think. If I do a launch like a normal launch and go at 90 degrees, I think I can do that. Can anybody tell me if my thinking is right? That because of where this is, I could kind of match this orbit and then do that? When you look at the tank, you can click the green arrow and that will disable the tank. Yeah, I don't think I actually need to do that. I'm going to be transferring the fuel anyway, so it's whatever. Just go towards 90 degrees. Okay. All right. Let's do a hard save before we do this, because I can certainly mess this up and maybe explode my own this guy as I go. All right, so 90 degrees. It's going to be that way. Okay. 3, 2, 1. Throttle. Okay. This thing's pretty heavy because it's full of fuel. Yeah, it's super heavy. Because there's so much fuel out here. Okay. Just going to 90 degrees and watching for our orbit to go out here slowly. 5 cents if you deorbit a space station. Bet you won't. Alright, Pazba, great. You're right, I won't, because I don't care about 5 cents, just to destroy my stuff. But thanks for that lovely comment. Appreciate it. Hello, just tuned in. Watched some of your FTL and KSP videos recently. Is this just the vanilla game, or do I play DLC? It's a vanilla game. I have not got the DLC for this game yet. I have not got the DLC yet. Yeah, no problem. People complain about the TWR equals 30. She's thick. She is thick. Alright, so if I get my apoapsis to match this, and then I can, like, circularize, and that's going to be pretty similar orbit path, too. So I feel like I planned this pretty well. Bestie B, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. Welcome to the live stream. I assume you're here from the YouTube if you've been watching my other videos. Welcome, welcome. Okay, so let's get our apoapsis to meet this, I guess. And then we burn it apoapsis to try to circularize and match orbits here, maybe. Okay, there we go. How are we looking? 6,000 DV on this thing, all from mining the planets. Pretty awesome. Pretty awesome. No, I'm not F9ing. I will F5, though, to save it. YouTube deep learning algorithm caught me and brought me here. Nice. Okay. Okay, so let's just burn at prograde, I think. Yeah, burning at prograde should help us circularize, and then we'll need to get to meeting this thing. It would take like 30 KDV to get that off Kerbin. Yeah. Good thing we're not mining on Kerbin. Definitely don't want a mining refueling station on Kerbin. Okay. Okay, that should work, I believe. Okay, we got ourselves in orbit. So now we got to just rendezvous one last time with this station. Which I should probably plan a maneuver to try to get a rendezvous. So what would be the best way to do this? I don't know if I want to line up our orbits perfectly and just slow down till it catches us, or what's the best way to, when I'm kind of in very similar orbits, to do this. Let me like plan a maneuver and see what happens when we just move stuff around. Hello? Add maneuver. Video game. Video game. Oh my god. We need very small maneuvers. Close this off. Always watch your Twitch and YouTube, not never live. What's up, Tank Sauce? Well, welcome to the live stream. Inclination first. Okay, yeah, I guess the inclination is a little off. All right. Let's do our ascending, descending node thing first. Should be right here. Add maneuver. Right click. Okay, there we go. What's next maneuver? Just a warning, the RCS is going to be super sluggish. Okay. I'm fine with that. I have a reaction wheel that will hopefully help some, but as long as we line it up correctly. Oh, I can do my gear. Oh, those guys look awesome, by the way. Okay, 20 seconds to maneuver. Let's save it. Let's see here. So, all right, very short burn to get our inclination matched. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, there we go. So there's our inclinations matched. So now I should plan a maneuver to try to just get an intersect point here. So, okay, so if I did one over just at the apoapsis maybe. I assume it would be like a pro-grade burn to maybe give us a... Yeah, those are coming together, but that wouldn't work because that's like a second. That's definitely not going to work. Add AP burn to match your PE with your target's orbit height. Okay, so just match my orbit basically. So get my PE to match his PE. Or to match his. Oh, there we go. Yeah. We're basically at the opposite ends of the thing here. You want your orbit to grace your target orbit, not intersect like it is. To graze. Okay. So you're saying I want my PE kind of cross his orbit. And then maybe doing a maneuver at the PE to have us intersect or something. Because we're basically at the opposite ends of the planet right now. Or the moon, it looks like. Graze, not intersect. Okay. People keep telling me what an expert I am at this game, but I'm like, I still feel like I don't know a lot of pretty basic things. At PE, raise AP until you have a rendezvous. Okay. PE should match and the AP should be different. Okay. So PE's matching is a good thing, I guess. PE intersecting, I guess. All right. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, little overshot it, but I think that will work. Yep. So now my PE is over here. No, that's my apoapsis. Where's my app? Okay, my PE here. A higher position means you're going faster, so if the AP and P are the same, you'll just follow each other around the planet without closing. Right, okay. Okay, so I want to add a maneuver and try to get an intercept here. Is the plan. Is it this way? I think it's not that way. I think it's going to be this way. I want to lower it, I think, to get a rendezvous, maybe. No, that's not right either. Damn. What do I need to burn at PE to get this? When the PEs are the same, that means that the PE you are both going the same speed, but the AP are going faster, so you catch up to them. It's really counterintuitive. Okay. So what maneuver do I need to match them? To catch this guy. Not exactly sure which way I need to burn to catch him. If I need to do it at the PE, at the AP again, or what. I think I want to burn right around where we connect over here. I think I want to burn it prograde. I mean, at retrograde. Might just need to switch orbits. Let me see here. Here's one coming up, maybe. Let's see here. Looks like my second orbit might give me an approach here. Nope. I want to right-click this so I can see it. There we go. Here we go. Separation, 0 kilometers. There we go. I think that's a good one right there. Okay. All right, so we can make that work, I believe. As long as we're staying in orbit. Yeah, that looks like that's going to work. Think of a car taking a small turn in a race. Okay. I think we got one that will work here, though. I feel like I'm doing one of the more difficult things here a bunch of times, docking over and over and over again. So hopefully if we do this, this will be the last time we have to do it, at least from the planet to the orbital station again. Okay. After this, we're going to definitely do something different for the rest of the stream, which is probably do our actual mission, which is, I think, dock with something around Duna, I think is our next mission, actually. Okay, speed this up here. Okay, quick save. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All credit goes to Scott Manley. Nice. Rocket scientist extraordinaire. Okay. Oh, X. Damn it. I think I messed it up. If I burn it retrograde a little bit, I might be able to fix it, though. Get these a little bit closer, I think. I overshot it just a bit. There we go. 0.1 kilometers. That'll work. Okay, beautiful. Okay, so now we just need to warp until this time. So let's quick save. Which direction we're going? We're going around that way. You know, I can't believe KSP doesn't have a how to drag a mining station across a salt flat and dock it to transfer fuel tutorial. Yeah, I know. Seriously. I'll be uploading one to YouTube later today, by the way. Right, 2 minutes till there. All right, so our closest intersect is 0.1 kilometers. Very nice. So where's my target? It is approaching from somewhere. Where are you? I have it as a target, right? Should be like right. Am I inside? Why can't I see my target? Why is it not showing up? Is it that? I think it's that. Why is it not showing my target? This have tutorial in general? Yeah, this game has a lot of tutorials. Do I have to switch to target mode? You know, you have to throw around these sliders with exasperated groans until your rover manages to move. Okay, that is my target. But it's not giving me a distance to it. I don't know why. Does anybody know why I'm not able to see my target distance? F3 or F4 will make it pop up. Let me save. Okay, F4. Okay. Thank you. You always forget how much I hate the ant engine until you have to do a 15-minute burn on a ship that doesn't fly straight. Oh my gosh, we are so close. Okay. Holy crap. Holy crap. We actually passed really close by this guy. Okay. Okay. Hello. Well, that was a nice close encounter. So first things first, Let's have you set as target. Point towards target. Nice breaks there, right? Control from here. Oh god, don't bang this thing. Save. Okay, there we go. Okay, as soon as it stops moving. Lovely rendezvous. Beautiful, beautiful rendezvous. Okay. Okay. Pointing towards target. Okay, that's pretty good. Swap over. Okay, its target's pretty much in the right place, so turn towards target. I didn't crash, I know. It's a Festivus miracle, I guess. Oh god. It's turning to try to... Okay, this is fine. This is hopefully fine. Tutorials in Kerbal like to tell you to do things without explaining why, but also teach you to use tools you won't have available when you start the game. Yeah, I'd say that's one of my biggest issues with the tutorial is... It gives you all these maneuver nodes and all this stuff that you don't actually have if you start with the campaign mode. Okay. 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 1 MS. I need to do... Oh, crap. I did save, so if this doesn't work right... Okay, this is not working right. N is no. Go backwards. I don't know what this is pointing at, but it's not pointing at my nose right now. I think I should have turned this RCS off, or SAS on this off. Let me actually quick load real quick, because that thing's acting all funky. I need to stop moving that. Use RCS to zero out your velocity. I thought I was, well, I was at zero. Well, I guess I should zero out my velocity. Let me turn SAS off on this thing so it'll stop pointing towards it. Because now I want it to just stay like this. So SAS off, right? I need to zero out first. Okay. Turn towards target. Actually, I guess I need to go... I can't do retrograde to stop. Why can't I do retrograde right now? I don't know how to zero out my velocity since I can't do a retrograde burn. Okay. Make sure the yellow and pink match. That's what I'm going for here. I need to burn a little bit here to... I think I'm moving slightly away. There we go. Okay, let's see if this will work here. F5. Just do stability assist rather than the other. I don't want to have that one do anything because if it turns, I feel like it's going to throw this off. I think if I just do it this way, we'll be good. I think we got a good line here. And I'm just going to hit N as we start getting closer. Hopefully we're not going sideways. I don't know if we're lined up perfectly, though. I might need to turn it, like you said.
Thank you for the follow.
IP Matthew, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. Yeah. Yeah, the angle isn't right. You're right, you're right. Let me go back to what we're doing, have it point. Play sexy music. Not quite. Not quite. That was a head bonk, not a wonderful kiss. Okay. So this guy, SAS target. Why is it doing that? Is that what I need it to do? Yeah. See, when I turn it to target, it does all sorts of funky angle stuff. You always zero out, make sure everything is pointed correctly before moving in. I don't know how to zero out. Let me try to zero out my velocity here. Let me zero out and make sure the angles are right. About to kiss, then get slapped. That's right. That's right. Let's just use SAS to slow completely down here to stop moving towards it and try to get the angles fixed. Looks like I'm controlling from a different point than I want it to. Maybe you're right. I'll make sure this guy's controlling from here. Okay, there we go. So let's make sure you're controlling from here. I thought that's where I was controlling it. Save. So if I do target. See, when I do target, look what it's doing. Why is it pointing up that way? Did I not do control from here? It's towards target, but it's like, what? You had the same problem. My docking port seemed to turn at 90 degrees and never knew why. The docking indicator mod would help. What is it? What is it pointing at? I don't know what it's pointing at. You think the side ship is what's throwing it off? Maybe. I just point it manually? Okay. Alright, let's try to do that. Can I do, let me do this. Aim camera so I can actually see here. No, that's not what I want to do. No. Which way do I want it to go? It's so hard to tell which direction I want it to go. In this mode, I want it to go left. We'll just turn left. Stop spinning. Okay. It's probably this side. You're probably right. The side ship being attached to it's throwing it off. Okay. Target indicator on the nav ball. Let's go for that. Does this guy have RCS? I think I didn't put RCS. Oh, it does, but it's only the RCS on that. That's not going to be helpful at all. Okay. 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 Okay, if it'll just stay there, well, this should work. Okay. Give me a camera here, please. Okay. Point towards the target. Now, if I just H in, we should get a kiss here. Save. H. Where's my yellow? There you are. Okay. Okay. Now we're coming in for a nice soft kiss. Please. Please kiss your friend. Nice and slow. That's right. We'll keep it just 0.1 ms. Feel like that's pointing down a little bit. Why are you doing that? I wonder if I should swap and try to pull up on that guy a little bit. I'm a quick save because I might do that if this doesn't work. I can slow and zero it out again. Let me actually do that. N for no. N for no. N. Okay. Why? I wish you would keep the camera where I place you. My God, game. Okay. Oh, oh, oh. Okay, okay. There we go. Back to this guy. Oh, crap. Where's my target? Oh, it's spun a little bit. Okay. Oh, it's just rotating a little bit. God, I wish target worked on this. I can hit spacebar. I don't know what spacebar does. What spacebar do? Oh my God! Wow, we're like, oh, we're almost kissing. This guy rotating, it's what's throwing it off. Okay, we did it. I had to keep the one that doesn't have RCS steady. Okay. Oh, that was... Jesus. Kind of stressful. All right. I had to go back and forth between ships, man. Jesus. I think I need to detach this thing because I think that's throwing off the target thing. I think that might be what I need to do. Just detach this thing and let it be in its own separate orbit or something. Okay. Well, the whole reason we did that, I wanted to leave this on here because it would be extra fuel storage, but tons of cookie times. You know what? That's a GG cookie time. Frickin' every time you dock's a cookie time. Oh my God. Okay, so pin these guys. These are the guys I want to fill with fuel. Cookie time, best time, man. Actually, what I want to do is go out for this guy. And we're going to have close to, if not completely full, refueling station here. Now announcing Sir Mac of Chair. Okay, nice. Pin this guy. Out, out. One of my favorite cookies, chocolate chip, of course. Chocolate chip of pretty much any variety. You beat me to it. And I calculated how much space was in this before I did this tanker space. So this should be about a full tank or close to it. Saws over the 200 bits. Thank you so much. Oh, wait. Crap. Stop. Because I want this guy to be... Unpin this guy. Pin this guy out. Oh man, your cheer shared rewards to 3 others in chat. That's awesome. Okay, that's pretty much a full tanker right there. I could put the rest in this guy actually, because this guy, yes, it's actually draining fuel evenly, which works out pretty well for us. So I want to empty out this entire thing. So now these guys are full. I don't think I have any other tanks to fill in here, do I? Oh, this one. Lots of random tanks in here. Originally, this was just going to be this as our tanker, and that would have been near enough. So it's kind of good that we ended up keeping more of our rocket when he left Earth before. Okay, so let's fill up all these guys. And if nothing else, this will give this little ship fuel if we want to like separate it and go land on the planet near our science station in case we ever want to go do science somewhere else or something. This is pretty awesome that we have the ability to just refuel now. This is really cool. It's a pain in the ass. Ass pain. But my God, is it cool. It's cool that we can do this, man. Has this one got fuel in it too? Yes, it does. Now in your transfer stages, you can leave them empty. Ah, yeah. If I want to just come here, my upper transfer stages, I would need to make sure I have enough to, you know, get here. Okay. So that's that. And then be prepared to do some docking. So these things are both completely full. And this guy is basically full except I don't want my fuel to be up here. That would make this kind of top heavy and annoying. I'm not going to move this guy back down yet, though. Oh, come on. Frickin' lag. This guy out. Fill all these guys up. Your rock will be lighter and flip less, since I have a tendency of making everything top heavy. That's a very good point. Okay. Get rid of those guys. So these guys all full? I feel like I missed one. This guy. Docking gets easier almost every time. Almost. All right, we'll have the rest of it going here. So it's all fuels at the bottom. So this is bottom heavy, not top heavy. Okay, beautiful. That is one filled up fuel station. It's awesome, man. And I can always add more to it. This is kind of just bonus that's giving it more fuel stuff. Let's do a hard save and let's go do something else. I'm done with docking and fuel stations for a while. We have more claws that we can clamp on if we need to dock. We got solar panels that might get in the way, but we can always get rid of those. Let me actually, for now, if I were to dock on this side, I'd want to retract this guy. Probably retract this guy. Just in case I've got to come in here and dock with something. But, okay. Let's go to our space center, and let's see what our next mission is. I'm pretty sure it's just doing like a docking mission at Duna. Too bad we don't have a refueling station at Duna. You know, we just need to spend 6 days and set that up, too. My God. I won't need to go back down until I'm close to empty. Yeah, we still have a little extra fuel. I want to keep those bottom, the refuel, the shuttle that goes back and forth. I want to keep the bottom things full of fuel because that's basically our transfer, our fuel that gets us up and down. So let's see what our missions are. Dock 2 vessels on or around Duna. Rendezvous 2 vessels in orbit of Duna. And then plant a flag on Ike. I don't know if I'm going to do that one. Let me see what other missions we have right now. Extract ore from Ike and deliver it to Duna. Worthless. Orbital station around Duna. A facility that supports 20 Kerbals. What? Oh my God. My friend is looking to play some Minecraft again, play server. It's only going to be vanilla, but if you want to play, you're welcome. Oh, cool. Nice. You guys get another server going. For Minecraft, yeah, I probably wouldn't have time to do that, Pliebo. I just don't have time lately. Disable that tank to make sure you don't accidentally drain it. Everything's fine right now on that saucer. I'm not too worried about that. 20 Kerbals. I don't know. God, how do you get 20 Kerbals? Who even has that many Kerbals? You're too British not to offer. I appreciate the offer, Pie-Boy. Viewing cupola, 3 pilots, research lab, antenna docking port can generate power. There's a hitchhiker module that can hold 6. I mean, I know that I could put together pieces. I just don't. You have to actually have 20 Kerbals on the station to complete this. And I don't have that many Kerbals. The only reason I was considering it is because my quest is actually to just dock above Duna. There's an airplane cabin that holds 16. Oh, wow. The problem is, to do this, I'd have to buy enough Kerbals to put 20 on there. And Kerbals are like 100,000 a piece or something. I think I have maybe 6 or 7 at home right now. Let me actually see how many Kerbals I have. Saucer, I'm pretty sure it says have it supporting 20 Kerbals. I'm pretty sure. I'll look at it again, but 4, 5. I currently have 5 here and 5 that are out on other planets. I'd have to go pick them all up and then get another 10. Are you sure you don't need all 10 there? Or all 5? Let me see. All 20. Did I already lose it? Did it already change it? Apparently it changes it immediately. Does it change your missions every single time you load this? It said I specifically needed three pilots. I thought it also said supporting 20 Kerbals. Alright, well let's just, if it's going to change these every time, let's see if I can pull that one up again. That's weird that it would change it so fast. It's still there? Oh, was it still there and I just missed it? It was the 4th one down. Okay. I guess it changes position then. Okay. Okay, if I only need 3 pilots, I can make that work though. Okay. Alright, let's see where it went now. New orbital station around Duna. Okay. This line right here is what I'm looking at. Have a facility supporting at least 20 Kerbals. Supporting 20 Kerbals. Does that not mean it needs to be supporting 20 separate Kerbals? Am I not reading that right? You got to pick up your mom from the airport. You would say it's been fun, but stations are agony. Yeah, or refueling is agony. Yeah. Well, thanks for hanging out, Ixnay. It doesn't say have them on the station, but it says it's supporting them. So that wording is very misleading. This wording. Kerbals get progressively more expensive to hire, which is why rescue missions are worthwhile. It's most of the time cheaper. Okay. Well, it's not really clear on the instructions. That can support 20 Kerbals. It says that can support, but here it says supporting. I'm going to grab it. I'm going to grab it. And hope that if I have 3 pilots there, it'll count. Actually, let me see. Is there anything to save anybody around Duna? Rescue somebody from the moon. Rescue Murgard from orbit of Duna. Here we go. Okay. So we could do this. We could do a bunch of quests at the same time. Ah, you got a Reddit. Let's see here. What does this Reddit post say? You just have to have space for them. You don't even need to send up a single Kerbal. The station could be controlled remotely. Okay. So it sounds like I don't need to have 20. It's just worded really poorly. So what we're going to try to do then, we're going to try to rescue this guy. Will it tell me if he's a pilot? Orbit of Kerbin. Orbit of Ike. Oh, that's a module. Okay. Rescue this guy from Kerbin Orbit 2. Issue with rescues is you don't know what kind of Kerbal you'll get before accepting the mission. Yeah, but the good thing is I can just bring 3 pilots, and as long as I have 3 pilots for a little bit, I think that'll complete it. I'm pretty sure you can actually look at the mission and it'll tell you. Actually, if you go to the astronaut complex, I think you can. Problem with doing a Kerbin rescue is, that means more docking, like a lot more docking. How much docking do I actually want to do here? You got a scientist from Minmus stranded in a plane. I think I'm not going to do the Kerbin rescue one. And if I go to the astronaut complex, I now see... Oh, it doesn't show him. I thought it's supposed to show the one that's missing. Is it this guy? It might be this guy, Murgard. Also, we know how to change the type of a Kerbal in the save file. We do. Don't plan on doing that, but we do. Pilot. Looks like I am going to need... Oh, no, apparently I got nothing but pilots here. Okay. So, I believe this Murgard is the guy we're going to save. And he's already a pilot, but I better take 3 pilots just to make sure. We're going to have space for 20 dudes anyway, so... Am I going to want to leave anybody in orbit around Duna? Is it worth getting a scientist to leave in this lab that we're going to create in Duna? What do you guys think? I kind of want to just have another scientist anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and grab one. You think it's worth? Okay. All right, so what are all the conditions for this thing? For one thing, we know we got to be able to dock with whatever we're going to be making here. It's not consensual docking if you use a claw. Oh, God. Okay, so it needs to have research lab, a viewing cupola. So that's the main thing. Research lab and a viewing cupola. Okay. Okay. This is going to be coming back home, actually. Because I'm not going to want to leave all these guys on there. So I'm going to want to have a heat shield and parachutes for this thing. Thermal. There. And a decoupler. Maybe a good idea to send it up in pieces and assemble it in orbit. You think it is? Yeah, I might. We're going to have to see how many pieces and how big the thing would be to be able to fit 20 Kerbals on there. We'll have to see. This might be one I do multiple missions on. I don't want to do multiple missions, but we might need to. There. Okay, there. These are the big ones. These are the big ones. So I'm going to do 3 of those guys. And then 2 of these little guys here. Will that work? Where did that second one go? Did it go inside that guy over there? I think it did. I can never make these go where I want them to go. Let's just do 1. And 1. Actually, putting a parachute on top of a docking port is kind of worthless. Because the parachute just be in the way of the docking port. A modular base, but again, more docking, yeah. I'm gonna have to see what it's gonna take to get that many pieces on there. So this should be enough parachutes anyway for this little thing. So let's go just for aerodynamics. This guy on here. Just use the shielded docking port. Is that a separate thing? Shielded docking port. Oh, cool. That's new to me. Very nice. Hadn't used that yet. Cool. Per FTL tips, at playing Crystal B, just get 3 crews after 1 and a flak for store. Nice, bye boy. Okay. So we'll need to get this thing back home. So how much DV are we going to need to land with this thing? We're not going to need to land with this thing. So how much DV to get back home? I wonder if I would want to use get that new nuclear power engine thing for this. Is this enough to DV to get back home, you guys? I'm going to do this stage differently because I just don't like the parachutes going with the thing. That is 2496 DV. I almost feel like I might want to do a asparagus thing with this. And a nuke engine is amazing, only uses liquid fuel. I kind of want to try it. I would need to go get some of my research. Let me actually... this is going to be Duna Space Station Mark 1. But it's not powerful. If all I need to do is get this little thing back home with it, I kind of want to try it. So let me collect some of my research that's just been, I'm sure, just collecting on my other space stations I haven't gotten in a while. Because if I'm just getting from orbit of Duna back to Kerbal, I feel like that would be kind of a situation where it'd be useful, right? It's best for transfer stages. So is it not good for getting out of orbit? Well, I still need to get enough research to even be able to use it. So, Minmus surface station. Okay, I need to rename this so it's my Minmus research station. It's not good for taking off or landing. Okay, well that's fine. It sounds like I could use it for what I'm thinking of using it for, getting us from Duna's orbit back home, possibly. And I've been wanting to try that because people have talked about the nuke engine. Sounds cool. All right, are you in my lab? Do you have a bunch of research to send home? I hope so. Yes, 500 science. Transmit. It's about as powerful as a Terrier engine, but has an ISP of 800. Yeah, that ISP is what I saw and was like, this is insane. All right, this is slow, but it's working. And I'll probably do the Duna. I have a Duna station doing research as well. Beautiful. This thing still has 400 data to work with, too. So, okay. Let's also, tracking station. Let's also do the Duna science so that we don't have it just wasting science sitting there. Poodle has an ISP of 350, right? Yeah, I was actually comparing numbers at the beginning of the stream, looking at them. That was one of the reasons I wanted to get that nuke engine, because I haven't used it yet, and I saw the vacuum ISP was insane. I didn't rename it. Damn it, I meant to rename that. Duna Surface Station Science Ship. Nice. Oh, there's Murgard's pod I need to save. Cool. So only use a liquid fuel. So I would use a different fuel tank than other tanks I've used before. So hopefully there are, I would assume there would be fuel tanks that have just liquid fuel, or if not, I would empty out the oxidizer of whatever tank's attached to it. I'm not exactly sure how that works. Okay. Oh, that's cool. The little decouplers from when we launched from here are just lying on the ground in a perfect diamond shape. That's really cool. How are you not maxed out on science? All right, I guess that is considered maxed out. So let's transmit. You should have to make sure that the fuel tanks you put are fuel, not fuel OX. Yeah. Basically, you use spaceplane parts. Okay. All right, this is going to take a bit. All right, I'm going to really quick take my last break since it's going to take a little bit for this upload. Thank you all so much for watching. Anybody who's stream, hit the follow, all that stuff. You guys are amazing. I'll be back in just a second, my friends. All right. Did it not? Oh, did it lose its signal? No probe control. Did you run out of power? Ah, crap. It ran out of power. Frickin' hell. Okay. Or do we lose satellite exposure? No, it's the electric charge we lost. Okay. There it is. So did it just... Do I have to redo the transfer? Oh, God. That's so annoying. I think space planes are only hard on the beginning. You still struggle getting them into orbit. Yeah, I don't know that I want to do a space plane yet. Space planes, I had such a hard time with a regular jet plane that I don't know how successful I would be at. Man, do I not have enough electricity to even transfer? That could actually be an issue. Does it take more charge than I have? Do I not get the science because I don't have enough solar panels? So if it fails, does it just completely fail and I don't get it? Aborting transmission. Turn off the lab. Okay. Let me wait till I have my electric charge. Well, okay. So I just stop the research. Do you think that's going to be enough? How much power does it take to transmit? There's an option on the antenna to allow partial transmission. Okay, I'm not exactly sure what that did. I transmitted something. Require complete. Ah. Transmission interruptions may compromise data integrity. Okay. Let me let this electric charge get to full and see if this will... If this will work. Okay, let's try now. With us not doing research at the same time, hopefully this will work. 10%. Okay, so it's not going to be the entire thing, but hopefully with allowing partial, we might lose some of the science. Can I speed this up? Okay. All right, let's see what happens when we run out of electricity, what it says. We got over 50% done this time. This is now going to incrementally send the rest of it. Okay, okay. So it sends it as we get electric charge, I guess. Wow, this is funky. Well, I put a lot of batteries on this. I don't have as good batteries on here as I now have unlocked, so. But hey, I remembered ladders at least on this thing. Okay. Well, let's hurry up and complete this, hopefully. All done. Okay, we did it. We did it. Start research. Hopefully power goes up. Okay. Okay, that was harder than it should be. Giggity. Okay. Space Center. Now we should have enough to get our nuclear rocket. GG research time. That's right. GG cookie time for great research. We should have like 1,000 researchers or something. Maybe even a little bit more here. $1,006. Beautiful. Okay. So we're looking at the nuclear propulsion, the NERV atomic rocket motor. Let's get it. And this is a Kerbodyne 14400 tank. Oh, That's the biggest tank, it looks like. That's the one I maybe could have used for more refueling stuff. Will I need some of these things that are only liquid fuel things? Should I maybe get some of these space plane things? Advanced motors, that would be for more rotor stuff. Holding tank and narrow band scanner. It won't have any tanks? Okay. Ion propulsion. Oh, yeah, I wanted to look at these guys, too. Electric propulsion system. Is this, like, better RCS things? Go for the RTG next. Is that the electrical thing that gives you free power? Radio isotopic thermoelectric generator. Okay. Yeah, I was actually just thinking this is probably what I need to go for. I don't have enough for it, but I can get the lead up to it. Fuel cell array. Need a large source of reliable power. Like the smaller fuel cells, this array operates by converting fuel and oxidizer into energy. Oh, that's what it does. So you could have a miner mining stuff and converting that to fuel and oxidizer, and then that into energy. Interesting. Ion engines are not RCS thrusters. Okay. I don't know what the ISP was so low. I was like, what are those ion engines even for? You never get this big thing into orbit while it's full. What big thing? Are you talking about with the ion or the other guy that was working on? God. The fuel thing. Okay. Duna Space Station Mark 1. Ion engines are super fuel efficient. All right, let's look at what this new guy looks like. What is he called? The Nerve. Okay, so he's a skinny guy. Little skinny guy here. So he should be able to get us back home. What kind of fuel tank do we want to do with that? This is only going to be able to bring 3 Kerbals back home, by the way. If I'm taking 3 and picking up 1. You know what? I think I want to take... I might want to have an extra thing to bring guys back with. Although if I'm going to save a pilot... I did want to leave a scientist on there. So I think I take 2 pilots and a scientist. And then I'm saving a pilot and bring him back home. So these are who we're going to take with us. You can do one of those tri or bi-couplers. That's true. Tri or bi-couplers. That is under... I even have the quad coupler now. What would that be? 4 liquid fuel tanks plus one of those nuclear engines or something? Really need bigger tank sizes for only liquid fuel or nuclear engines? Well, I have some pretty big tank sizes. I have this guy. That's my biggest one right there. It's Kerbal Rand program. What's up, Dark Dragon? I don't know quite how you're saying I would use these tri-couplers and stuff. I was thinking if the that engine is just so efficient, just do something like this. I don't know. A great mod is tank fuel switcher. Okay. Do we have any tanks for just liquid fuel? So these guys here. So Mark 1, Mark 0. You know, I could do something like one of these adapters like this guy there. So you put bigger liquid fuel tanks than 4 engines. Bigger fuel tanks, then 4 engines. Oh, okay. So if I did like this, where's that quad decoupler? I want to do adapter down here. Like this. And 4 of these guys. Like that. Yeah, I know. I can remove the oxidizer. It doesn't look like there's big fuel tanks that are just liquid fuel. Yeah. That looks kind of goofy. I guess that would work, but I don't know about that. Yeah. I mean, I guess this could be the thing that gets us home. How much DV does this have in a vacuum, by the way? That seems like less DV than the, That's way less DV than just the Poodle. 1891. So why does this have like 500 more DV when the... Oh, is it because there was oxidizer in it? Maybe let me take the oxidizer out and see, because it's got all that weight that I wouldn't even use. Okay, so that's like 300 more DV. What if we did something like hold on a sec. 4 of the liquid fuel only tanks. What if we did something like that? And then I don't want you to... This looks a little goofy, but I'm curious how much DV this would be. 2806. Not that much for a lot more stuff there. It's like 100 more DV maybe. Use engine plates as well. I need to change the symmetry of what? Oh, are there 4 of those right now? I was hitting X and the symmetry was not changing. Okay. Were there 4 of those? Let's see. If there were 4 on top of each other, maybe that was the issue. Oh, 5,000 DV. Okay. I did remove the oxidizer from those other tanks, and it was still on like 2,700 DV. Okay, there's some DV. Okay. That could easily get us back home. Okay. So that's a great return stage. Now the thing I'm thinking about is the actual like science station and everything we need to set up. That can get you to Duna and back. Good thing that's where we're going. But look at the TWR, it's only 2. How do I look at that here? The TWR is 0.36, actually. Well, it's a good thing we're going to be in vacuum the whole time we use this. Oh, 0.2. 0.2, you're right. Okay. So next thing I want to think about is, so this is what we're going to come home with. We want to detach from here a station that holds 20 Kerbals. Well, 14, I guess, because this would count as 3 when we first started up. We might have to do this in multiple stages, but I want to see if there'd be a possibility of just sending up everything immediately. So what are our things that allow us to hold more Kerbals? Where's capacity? Seats are easiest. Seats. What, a bunch of these? Just build something with a bunch of these external command seats on it. Okay. That seems pretty goofy. I don't know if I want to do that. So Hitchhiker is 4. This one carries 2. I guess what I could do is like do 4 of these things. That would give us 16, and then add a couple seats. Huh. Do some sort of quad decoupler thing with this and get like 4 of these guys maybe. That would give me the capacity. I think I need a lab too though, don't I? I need a research lab. Passengers are in the airplane section. Yes, they're going to be in here because they're coming home. You can fit a lot of seats in a service bay. All right, you guys are going to work in here. Sir, this is a closet can. Yep, that's your workspace for the next 8 years. Deal with it. No, I want to make something that would actually be not ridiculous. You mean an airplane research? The passengers are in the airplane section. Oh. You mean I have to actually go to the airplane editor? Is there different stuff in here? I haven't unlocked a lot of the airplane stuff, I'll be honest, because I launched one jet and thought this is really hard. So I'd have to probably do more research stuff to unlock that stuff. I don't think I have it unlocked. Yeah, I have to research airplanes. Yeah, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. So let's see if I can design something here. First of all, I'm going to want to decouple this once we have the station in place. So let me get that set up. So and I would want to do something like I feel like I want to have a fairing around this. And also I probably want a radial thing. So I would want a fairing just for aerodynamics, I feel like. I swear I don't know what the why I can't do skinnier fairings. Like I don't know why one will let just do this. If I hit shift, will it let me do this? You love that engine shroud? You need to go out further at the very bottom. I don't understand why fairings make you go out so far. What's the very least I can go out? There, I guess. Okay, I thought it placed it, then it didn't. Fairings make this game lag so hard, by the way, I feel like. I guess I could have it cover up all the way up there. It's going to be more massive the more I do that. Can I just have it connect to this? How? Oh, okay, so lets me close the fairing there. I mean, that looks good. I feel like that's going to be more massive than I want it to be, but that's probably the best I'm going to get for that. Okay, so that's our return home rocket there. We want to do a reaction wheel for sure. Where's the reaction wheel? We're definitely going to want... so this is going to be the command... What we split off from here is going to be the space station. Save this as a sub-assembly. Alright, not a bad idea. Hello? Why won't it let me do it? Did I just lose what I made? It just deleted it. Control Z. Okay, thank God. It won't let me save it because it's the control part? That seems dumb. So I can't save a control part of the subassembly? Okay, alright. Thank God for Control Z, Jesus. Grab under the pod. Okay. So from the heat shield down. Okay, I could do that. Subassembly. And we're going to call this... what do we want to call this? Nuclear return engine, I guess. Okay, cool. Okay, let's see here. So now the next piece is going to be our actual science facility. So we need to have I believe a mobile processing lab, is that right? Yes, so that's our research lab. What's worse, losing your rocket to an assembly delete or it exploding at launch? Deep questions. Okay. Okay. It's basically its own craft. You can use merge when loading a craft to get around the pod rule. Okay, so I need a couple of things too. There we go. Does this already have a docking thing on it, or do I need to place a docking thing on it? Actually, if I'm going to do this, I should just do one of these ports, I guess. There we go. There we go. Okay. Problem is I don't have an engine on this thing. What I was thinking of doing actually was having some sort of round 4-part thing to have all the Kerbals. I might need to do like you guys said and do this in multiple things here. I can do a docking port instead of that separator. Instead of the decoupler here. Interesting. So I'll put a docking port on top of the fairing. Last time I tried a docking port in a fairing, it screwed up though. The docking port got all messed up. The cupola on top. Okay, let me see if I can figure out how to do this. So it'd be like that to close that off. It'd be a cupola underneath that. Like that. And then the fairing like this. And it's not letting me place the shell, though. Do I need to right-click it? Edit fairing. Oh. Yes. How do I redo it? Right-click. Edit previous... There we go. There we go. Okay. Wait, why, no. Close fairing. Do it. Okay. Okay, that's pretty cool. Speaking of phallic-looking things, but okay, that will work. So we got a cupola on both sides, and we got a docking port on both sides. This is our lab. So... if I were to try to get I got to put like rockets on this thing so it'll fly too. What I'm thinking of doing is having some quad thing around this that's got the living quarters in them, but then put rockets on the bottom of them. Could I do something like that? Would it look ridiculous? Or would it look awesome? Do the ISS. I don't know what that is. Okay. So if I were to put 4 hitchhiker storage container things here, can I even connect those to these decouplers? The International Space Station, yeah. How do I make it? I don't know that it'll let me do that. You know what? If I put the engines on this and then put these on top of the engines, the fuel things, this might actually work. You can't attach those radially? No, but I think I can put fuel tanks radially. Okay, here we go. Okay. So. Oh boy. There we go. There it is. Okay. Okay, interesting. You know what we could also do? Cupolas for everybody. Everybody gets to look out. You don't think I need both cupolas? I need all of the cupolas. We need all of them. Auto strut. Well, let me figure out if this is actually what we're going to do first. Basically, we're looking at this being a transfer stage right here, because we got to get to Duna. We got to dock with a stranded Kerbal, and then we got to put this thing in the right orbit, I believe. We need an antenna, power, and all that stuff. Yeah, I got a heat shield up there. Ironically, those each have 2 people, so that's another 8 spots. Really? So I have 4 times 4, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So without these cupolas, I actually have slots. I have the 20 I need already. Is that right? Crew capacity 1, actually. It says 1 per. So, what does the lab count? Does that count as capacity? 2. So that's 2 plus 16, 18, 19, 20. That's actually space for 20 right there. With the lab counting as 2, and each of these counting as 4, that's 16, 18, 19, 20. That's 20 right there. You like the side cupolas more than the bottom one? Well, I was thinking of this being a place to dock if we were going to add on to it. Oh, you don't think the lab counts? All right, let's add the cupolas because they're awesome. Okay. And they're so aerodynamic, you know? Okay. So the question's going to be, how am I going to use these things? This is going to be my engines for the space station, I guess. So do I want 4? Is it worth having like 4 poodles on this thing like that? Or is it just worth having these all come back down to 1 poodle and that being our thrust? You think 4 terriers? You think poodles? How much DV? And I actually don't want these to stage, so remove staging on these guys. Disable staging. Got to do that on all 4 of these guys. Disable staging. For nuke engines, I don't know. With how much weight this is going to be carrying, do you think that's going to work? Can we detach them all as Kerbal-guided rockets? Well, let's see what the DV for this is. 1594. If I were to do something instead like this. I like this just for looks and aerodynamics. What was it? 1594, 1694, I think. And remove the oxidizer in all these guys. $1702. So it is more DV. Did that for all of them. I wonder if it'd be better to use these little guys. How much liquid fuel does this carry? Which guy is it? Liquid fuel tank. This carries 50. That's all? Okay. Well, I wonder if I want to do something similar to this then. If I want to do this. Do this little sub-assembly here. Mark 1, not Mark 0. Oh, Mark 1. 400. Compared to this is carrying 720. That still carries more liquid fuel in it. I feel like just space-wise or like separation-wise, this is probably better. Look at the weight, though. Mass 2 compared to mass... wait. Mass 9 tons. Mass 2.25. Oh, okay, so it's much lighter. Interesting. Interesting. So if I were to do this, I would need a couple different adapters. Let me try to change this up. Let's try with these guys. If I can, with adapters, make my little labs be on top of it. Let's see if this will work. Where are you? Trying to use our new engines we just got. It's a lot more DV with just that, for sure. No, it's the same one we did, right? It'd be this guy. And then put our guys here. I would want to move these out a little bit, but this might be better DV. You do the quad couplers again. So this is 1,000 DV compared to what did we have before? I forget. You think the quad decouplers would be better? So do this same setup here. Okay, so I need to do... How would I do that? Okay. That's a tri-coupler, isn't it? Okay. Interesting. Let me see if I can rotate this. Like that. This is getting so crazy. This is getting so crazy. Speaking of over-engineering things, this is ridiculous. Come on, fit it on there like you should. E, Q, Come on. Come on. Which Alt? Will Alt do it? How do I make this fit on? Am I gonna have to spin this thing? Okay. 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 Wow. Let's see what this DV becomes if we put a frickin' 4 atomic rockets on it. 1382. They gave me like 300 extra at DV. 300 extra DV. Really? Is that all? Well, I haven't put the other things on top of this either. Like I had this. I had this. And I had this on here. I feel like that's less DV, actually. It's even less DV it is, yeah. I mean, it looks insanely cool. I'm not gonna lie, it looks amazing, but... That's 1600, yeah, and it's down to 997. I guess it's all the weight? Is it because of all the extra weight? Oh, is that... No, that's vacuum. That's vacuum right there. I did. This is showing vacuum. It's 231 in altitude, 997 in a vacuum is what it's showing. The engines are heavy. I wonder if we had all this fuel fueling one engine. How much? How? I think we had way more DV when we just actually used... Was it better with just a single one of these guys? Rotate the cupolas so the hatches face out. I'll eventually do that. I have to figure out what setup we're actually going to use for this here first. Are those turrets from Portal? I'll rotate once I figure out what setup we're going to use, because I don't think we want to use this engine setup because the DV is just not what it should be. 997 DV seems so low. I think the Podals might have just been better. Well, it's definitely an easier setup because they're more powerful. Let me go back to what the Poodles were just to compare. So we use these guys here. We put 4 Poodles on them. And then we put these guys and no, not those guys. Those guys. Yeah, that's 1594 DV right there. Huge success, triumph. Man, but that just looks so cool. I think it was slightly better with the nukes and a single thing. Maybe I can try with, instead of 4 of those guys, like 3 or 2 and compare. So how much was that? Let's remember this number. 1594. Let's experiment a little bit. I know this is going to take forever, but I'm having a blast with this. This is fun to me just to mess with this. So 1594. Good. Thank you for typing it in chat. That'll help us remember. So if we just do a single engine, let's like keep track of all these numbers. Single one of these guys. Then the adapter going into this. Going into this. That gives us 500 less. 1040 is what that's given us. You can all use the airplane cabins with the 2 people and stack 3 of them. Yeah, I have to unlock those. I'm not gonna worry about unlocking that stuff right now. Put a pointy thing on the end. Are you saying those aren't aerodynamic, what I just did? Is that what you're saying? I have those. What? I have them unlocked. What are the... Is it one of these things? This? My God. Is that what you're talking about? This guy? Oh my God, that looks ridiculous. That's not what... That looks like a badass missile. But, okay, utility. Oh, is it these guys? Oh. Interesting. Interesting. So funnily enough, this is still less DV. How much do these hold? That's 2 per. So if I did double of these, this would give me the same Kerbal carrying capacity. There's my couple of those. I don't think I want to use the little airplane ones. I don't think I want to use those guys there. KCC, Kerbal carrying capacity. Put 1 nuke on the bottom, not 4. And have the fuel. Will that fuel it? I mean, that right there gives us more DV. You might be right though that the multiple nuclear engines wouldn't be as good as just like attaching an airplane directly to the science lab, so it's not as wide. Airplane directly to science lab. You're saying take away the decouplers? I don't know that I actually want to do that. But it seems like doing something like what we're doing, but just having 1 engine down at the bottom might actually be better. So if I did... As goofy as this looks, I like this a lot. I like the amount of space that this right here gives us. For whatever reason, I like this little setup. I think I want to move it out a little bit, but you can vote to go back to the poodles. Let me 1223. If I had more fuel, would it give us more? Yeah, we'll probably just use the nuke for getting back then. All right. Experiment failed. As much as I want to use that. Let's go back to the 4 poodles. Although I wonder if 1 poodle is better than 4 poodles here. That is apparently no DV because that does not transfer. Okay. With 1 engine, you'll literally have 5 or 6 minute burn with all that weight. Okay, that makes sense. Okay. So we just do this and this. Okay. That is our space station right there. Symmetry. Symmetry is great. All right, now let's turn these things like you were talking about. So we want to rotate. My issue with turning... Okay, I can just rotate this. Okay. Rotate this. So it's facing outwards like this. How's that look? Seems good. Do I want to make it so that they are not blocking the view of this is the question. Would I want to do... If the decoupler's got enabled crossfeed? I think they are enabled crossfeed. Do it in the corner like that? Is that how I'd want it lined up? It's not quite even. I want it to be right. Okay, like right there, I think. No, I don't want to rotate. I want to move. There, that's probably as even as I'm going to get them there. They're slightly not attached, though. There we go. Is that good? That looks pretty darn good right there. Okay. And I'm leaving space underneath here because I want to be able to attach to this, basically. I want that to be able to attach there. So, if I want to add to the station, this is going to complete our requests. So that's going to be able to dock. Be able to dock underneath there. I almost want to be able to like have claws on the outside of this thing so something else can dock in the future if we need to. Still 1594 DV. What do I want to put? Like some sort of claw clamp. Like this. So that if we ever wanted to clamp on the outside. That would be if we wanted to clamp onto something but don't have a docking port on something. I like the idea of having extra claw. Do I like that placement is the question. Oops. Would be better to just go like here. It's probably better on the side so something can come on the side of it and clamp on. I guess the question's going to be the guy that we're trying to save, does he have a docking port? Because if he doesn't, I'm probably going to have to dock with these things or something. For the guy that we're trying to save, so... Okay. Let me see. I want my... Jebediah Kerman's definitely going on this one. Valentina. And we want our scientist to be in the mobile processing lab. I don't have any other science here. That's the other thing. I have the mobile processing lab. I need ways to actually collect science, don't I? Ran out of fuel. Crew killed the enemy. Get 0 fuel. Screw you, FTL. That sucks, bye boy. Let's make sure everything has a docking port junior. What do you mean, like these guys right here? Is that what you're talking about? Hey, what's up, One Klaus Dieter? I feel like if I'm gonna put one here, I would just do this one. In case I want to have different porting places. Okay, I think that's good. My main issue right now is I don't really have a way to get science or data with this. I feel like I can add something to get data. If instead of this cupola, I put a thing to carry data, I think that might be a good idea. Or between this. So if I put a... Where is it? If I put a service bay here to put science and stuff in. Let's grab a subassembly. Oh yeah, I have a science subassembly. Good call. Science compartment. Beautiful. Good call. What all is in here? Anything I need to add? Yeah, subassemblies are nice when I remember to use them. Let's see if there's anything I didn't have yet when I made this. Telescope won't do me any good. Gravioli detector. I don't think I had that. Okay, add this guy here. There, and I think I didn't have the seismic accelerometer. Yeah, it's true. I did unlock a better battery, too. I'll need to... Do I have the autopilot thing in this? I won't need it up here because I'm going to have my better pilot. But I probably do want to have my autopilot thing in here. So let me do this. Get this guy. The Z4K carries... Whoa, okay. Wow, alright. Okay. That's kind of going through stuff. Let's move that over, I guess. Okay, yeah, solar panels, and we should be good for this section. I probably need RCS for this thing. It's huge, and we're going to be docking. So, can we put lights on it? Sure, where are lights? Is that a utility? I've never put lights on anything. Are these guys illuminators? Yeah, we need an antenna as well. Everything works clipping like that? It should. I think so anyway. We got our battery, that thing. I can reach all the things. Probably don't even need these batteries, but it doesn't hurt to have extra. Okay. So where would you put lights? I've never put lights on these guys. What do they look like? Okay, they just look like frickin' car lamps. What would I want to illuminate is the question. Where would I mean... When they face up your whole ship? Docking ports? So I want to, like, light up my docking ports? Like this, maybe? Do I want to rotate them, or do I want them pointing that way? Okay. Mark 2s here, the square guys. Rotate them so they point up and out. Okay. Kind of like that. Sexy, okay. Alright, so we got them for the 2 docking ports that way. When you're on a lander, you can point them at the ground. Ah, okay. Do I want them for these other guys? How much do these lights cost? $100 per light. Alright, sure. Let's get all of the lights. I'll get 1 for each of these guys. I swear, every build we do gets more and more complex. It's great. Where'd you go, light? You're inside. Come back out. Okay, so like that, I guess. Pinching pennies, not really, but $100 for a light. Crazy. As I spend $10,000 for my engines and stuff. Okay, so this is my... Okay, I need satellite and I need solar panels. Okay. Where am I going to put my Where am I going to put my damn solar panels? Is that gonna work? Very slightly clips. Very slightly clips through. Can I turn them? Alright, we'll see you later. Huevo Asesino, thanks for hanging out. Maybe if I just turn them sideways instead of this way. The way they originally were. Looks pretty good. Move this up just a touch. Yeah, they rotate. It's true. If they rotate and run into these, is it going to hurt me or is it just going to clip through? Sir, we need more funding, said the nervous scientist doctor. But why do you need more money for? What do you need it for? Lights. I mean, that looks pretty awesome. I'm just afraid if it's going to be functional. What do you guys think? Will that be functional? My issue is also we have these clamps here. I'll have to like... You think it's fine? Okay. I guess we'll just have to retract ones that will get in the way. Blocks the door, though. Yeah, but we can come out this way, right? Can't we come out this way? We can come out the side over here. We can come out these hitchhiker guys, so I think we're fine with that. Who needs doors? We got solar panels. Okay. Anything else I need to do here, or is this good? Solar panels, battery, satellite. Since we're going far, we should probably get my biggest satellite, which is RA100. So where can I place this guy? One final suggestion, instead of radial decouplers. Oh god, I don't want to change my decouplers. That would have to change everything on it. I could use the Mark II cabins radially. I like to have this separation. I'll be honest, I like having the separation just to have space for things not to run into each other. Okay. Where can I fit this? Instead of the radial decouplers, you can use those Mark II cabins radially, so it looks like tubes are connected to the different pieces. Yeah, I want to keep it. I want to keep it like that. The separation. I know technically they shouldn't be able to like climb through to there, but I'm not. I don't want to. Clipping has burned me too many times. I will just say that. Where can I fit this with all these solar panels? Where can I stick? I guess I could just put it on one of these guys like here. It'll separate further. I still don't understand what you're saying. Mark II cabins radially. What is a Mark II cabin? Was that this thing? Mark I cabin. I don't have a Mark II. Are you talking about like putting this? I don't know. I don't want to mess with this anymore. I only have a little over an hour. I'd like to actually get to Duna. I might not make it home, but I'd like to at least get to Duna today. You'll have to show me a picture. Are you saying something like the way it would separate this way? Again, how much does that satellite weigh? Do I need to offset it? Yeah, it's pretty heavy. 0.65 tons. I'd love to put it somewhere in the middle. I just don't know. Don't know where in the middle I could place it. Unless I try to put it under here, but I want to keep my docking area clear. More room between the cabin and the intersection. I'm so afraid to move this. Let me save and see if I can figure out what you're saying. If I move this, I don't have a Mark II cabin, so I assume it's Mark I. Can I even put Mark I cabin on here? I can't put it on these decouplers. Little radial pieces in the structure. You're gonna have to go into Kerbal and take a picture because I don't know what you're saying. Okay. I think I'm done with this for now. I just need to figure out how I'm gonna put my radar. Let me extend these and see if there's a way I can sneak them on the little engine parts somewhere, maybe. Oh, in the structure section. Yeah. Again, if you want to show me, make it and give me a picture. Because right now I'm kind of done with messing with that. So. I think wherever I put this is going to add weight. So unless I put 4 satellite dishes so that it evens out the weight. Would that be worth putting 4 just for looks and weight? I don't know about that, actually. Especially since I have the claws there. Could I still grab on with that satellite there? And I can't figure out where to put this damn satellite. Unless I replace one of my solar panels, maybe? Maybe I replace one solar panel. Although I like the way that looks a lot. God. I'm getting so picky now. What if one claw is removed? Hey, there we go. Then I have to place each one separately, but I like that idea. So just do 2. Automatically change it to 4. It won't let me do 2. I guess I have to do 1 at a time. Okay. 1. And a satellite. And that'd be pretty even. I don't need 1 for every single place. That's a good call. I like that. Claw. Claw. Okay. There, that's pretty even. Oh, that looks sexy too. Your apartment AC is half fixed, so you can finally watch the stream again. Nice, Zach Dog. Welcome. That's sexy. Okay. All right, I like that station. All right. Now to launch this thing. Hopefully I have enough DV. You know, I don't know that that's enough DV. I need another transfer stage, honestly. I don't think that's enough DV to get us there. So let's retract this. Oops. I need a booster. I was thinking of maybe doing another stage below these guys to be an extra transfer stage. Oh, I'm going to have a launch stage. I want another stage from this, because this, I'm going to have to be flying around Duna, saving a guy, then placing it in the right orbit. So I want another stage to get this whole section to Duna. So I think I want to have another stage underneath here. Is Poodles going to be better, or can I do some sort of... Yeah, I think we just do more Poodles. So if I just do an extra stage of Poodles here. There isn't even enough deorbit in Duna. SOI, you need a lot. Isn't even enough to deorbit in Duna. Well, deorbit in Duna. I don't need to leave the sphere of influence when I get into Duna's sphere of influence. I'm not leaving till I separate all this and it's just this to get home, which has a lot of DV, so. In that case, you don't need engines, you just need extra tanks that you can drop off as your engines are running. Okay. How would I attach? I guess I could do tank down the center that go to these engines to go from a flyby to an orbit. Oh, okay. To get, I see what you're saying. I need a good amount of DV to, yeah, like slow down and get into Duna's orbit, I think is what you're saying. So put them on top of the cupola. Okay, so like have fuel up here that feeds down into these engines. Okay, okay. And I'd want to decouple those once they run out. Does that work? Someone else eat plain Nutella by the spoon. Okay. Okay. Oh, that's true. They do have built-in decouplers. Okay. Well, then would I want to do an adapter or just go straight to a... something like that? Oh, I guess I don't need fuel tanks. This will just automatically go down there. I feel like I might want an adapter. Yeah, let's do an adapter. So it's this guy. Yeah, that works. That works. Okay. So how big of a fuel tank? I mean, we got these guys, but I think that's too much. The X-32. Now I gotta figure out how to stage this. So can I stage? Enable staging. So if I enable staging for this, the staging will knock off what's over on top of it, right? Is that right? Oops. Enable staging. Okay. Okay. I want to move this all the way to the top. I will manually do that. So I want to put this guy here. So, and I could possibly do a asparagus staging on this too. Could I? Would it allow me to do that? I would have to do these two at a time instead of 4 at a time. Will it even allow me to do that? Can I would have to remove from symmetry. Probably asparagus staging would be the way to go for this. I feel like I actually need fuel tanks right now, or fuel things. So if I were to do this, it would be like... Yeah, it automatically does 4. Be hard to do. Do I need to do that, or is it was it already feeding this thing fuel? I don't know how much extra DV that gave this. 1710. It's only giving this like 300 extra DV because of the weight, I guess. Huh. I'd have to do each one of these separately. You know what? I kind of want to try this. So if I make one of these and then copy it. Let me see here. And then do Alt. These being separate things, I think I could asparagus stage these guys. So I would go... I guess I could do... Is it onion staging when you go 1 to 1 to 1, then the last one goes down, maybe? If we do use these one at a time. I feel like that might make it slightly uneven. Oh, man. These are all already connected, aren't they? Yeah, I need to disable crossfeed on these guys. Okay. I need to do 2 at a time. It'll be really uneven. Okay. All right. So... we would want this guy then to go like this. Whoops. Stop. Down to there. So it'd be like that. And then we need to stage these guys at the right time. It looks like my DV is getting higher from doing this though. So... and when I... and I probably need to have little... things separate off, little separatrons. I know, this is so complicated. I feel like I would need to do something like this. I really should have gotten one completed before I did this. This guy's backwards. Oh, crap. They're going... Jesus. Why is it doing it that symmetry type? Why are you doing that symmetry type? How do I change that? What is the button for that? It's like P. I need them to be facing the same way. F. Hold on a sec. I need to align it the right way I want to here. F. Around parent part. It's not working. Either way I do it, it's not doing it. Around parent part. The hell? You'd always just go into space plane and make it a sub-assembly. Which sucks. Yeah, okay. R? There it is. R. Mirror. Okay. That did it, although it's not going in the right place, but... X, 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 there. Okay. That's doing it, but R to get it the right. Oh my god. It's like, okay, I'm gonna have to rotate this thing. Jesus. Oh, my brain. Why does it think that's the right way to place this? Okay, that should work right there. That'll push it out, at least. Giggity, that's what she said. Okay. Let's do this. There. There. That'll do what I need it to do. Okay. Okay, not exactly the right angle, but it should work. I could rotate the tank to line it up correctly. I guess so, but I have to do each one separately, so I'm not going to do that. That's fine. Okay, now I got to get the Separatrons figured out. So, I want this guy and this guy. I need to remove these from symmetry. There. And this guy removed from symmetry. So, these are the two that are going to get separated first. So I need, let's put this down on the bottom one. This is getting so complex. Is it those guys? No, it's these two guys. That one. That one. So that should be those two guys separate. And then those and those. Okay. So those guys will split off first. And then the next one will be these guys. So these guys here. Those Separatrons and these Separatrons. Okay. Okay, well, my DV is going up as I make these changes. I feel like that's a good thing. Okay. And I want this stage to be down below here to actually use the engine there. Staging is your favorite part of this game. Really? I feel like that would be something to be a very sarcastic thing to say. I love staging. I actually want to rotate these engines to the way... I don't like the way they're oriented. So they're all even. Like that. All facing outwards. Okay, I think I like that better. Let me save before I accidentally do something crazy. Okay. Let me put nose cones on these guys. Okay, it's not going to work if I do that, since these are all separate. You got to go. All right, we'll see you later, Saucer. Okay. Okay. Is that 1183 DV? Why does that? I thought I had, okay, 6000 DV. So much of that is in this right here, though. I don't know that that's given us a lot more DV for this stuff here. Oh, God, what is this doing here? Okay, well, hopefully this is going to be enough to get us to Duna and slow down. I don't know if that's enough, man. Well, if we have a really good launch stage, that will get us partly there, hopefully. So, let's get our launch stage. Wow. That just shot our DV down because of the weight of this thing, I think. I don't think this launch stage setup is going to work. I think I'm going to have to do something like build off the bottom of these guys. What if you left all those tanks on but have them empty and refuel at the Minmus station? Oh, that's a great idea. It's a lot of fuel tanks to fill up, but that could be really good. Use that station we've been using all the full circle, man. Okay. Let's try that. If I empty out all you guys, and I got to do the same thing here. Have our stream be full circle today. Use that refueling station we've been working on all day. How much fuel is up there? A lot. I think it's enough to fill these tanks. That's what it's for. It's exactly what it's for. It's right. Okay. Okay. I like that. Now, this seems really unstable here. This little thing right here. I feel like that's like precariously perched. Is there any way I can fix that? If I put a fairing over this, maybe? Just to cover up that little thing there so it's attached better for launch. No, that's not good. Edit fairing. I want you to close right into this thing. I guess, do I need to maybe go around the lights? Maybe I gotta go around the lights. How about that? That's not terrible. There we go. That just lower my DV by a lot by doing that? Okay. Alright, so this is my DV's low, but that's because all of these things are empty, and then we'll fill them all up. Okay, look at how complicated this rocket is. So how are we going to dock with the thing? The space station we can dock right here, or use one of our claws. Okay. I'm hoping I'll still have something left in this guy to get us to the moon, and then from the moon we'll head to Duna. Okay, let's see if our Kerbals are still in there. Our Kerbals are still in there. 2 pilots. We're going to be saving a pilot. Okay. This is awesome. This is insane is what this is. Let's auto strut like crazy. Auto strut all the things. Oh God. Okay. Oh, RCS. I did want some RCS. Thank you. Where can I put my RCS? I can do that on these little guys, I think. Good call. I knew I was gonna forget something. Command and control. Which part is it on? Is it gonna put it all on this guy? You know what? Maybe if I just put the RCS down here. Probably better up here. There, and then I can put some monopropellant tanks. Sky's limit is a gross understatement. That's right. And then here we go, right in there. Okay. When did I miss all these quality of life updates? Oh, apparently you have missed a lot of quality of life updates. Okay. All right, there's RCS. We have automatic thing. We got 3 pilots. I think we're good to go. Oh my God, this is such an insane. This is Mark 1. I don't think we're doing a second thing for this, but maybe eventually we'll attach to this. But okay. Let's launch this thing. We got a dock at Minmus, pick up fuel, and head to Duna. Okay. If we can get to Duna today, I'll call that GG. Because this launch, we're going to need to dock once, then dock again, then set up our station. That's a lot of stuff to do in 45 minutes. And all of a sudden, I'm dropping a crap ton of frames. Great. Great. Thanks, Internet. Okay. Right as we're launching this thing, my Internet just goes to crap. Okay. If you could stop dropping frames, game, that would be amazing. Look at this monster, by the way. As you guys are probably watching a slideshow here. Just because I don't want the end of this video to be really shitty quality, let me really quick just turn down my bit rate. Hopefully it will help with this. Turn down to like 2000. Hopefully that will make us lose less frames. Okay, it's better. Okay, all right, let's do this. SAS, full throttle. 3, 2, 1, launch it. We gotta go pretty much straight up here. I can't try to turn this monstrosity. Monstrous monstrosity. Oh, Klaus Dieter, that's not gonna be accurate. That's for FTL. It's laggy as hell because of how complex this thing is, I think. Okay, that's good. I think I can slow down a bit. We hit 500. We'll start to turn a little, but not much. Just a little. Just a little. Nope. Nope. Went too far. Even with not having all that weight up top, I can't turn. Just can't do it. Oh, I don't want to load. I want to revert to launch. Pull it off. It's going to be GG whole box of cookies. GG entire box of cookies. Okay. All right. I just gotta go straight up. I always try to tune too early because I can't be patient with my crazy top heavy builds. Z launch. Would it help your Delta V if you rotate the top section along with the bottom section? I don't know. If we fail a bunch of times, maybe I'll try it. It's so laggy right now. page. I love my bottom setup though. It really is doing work. Got to back off the throttle some. Let's wait till we get a little bit higher. Okay. Less interference. Let's tilt a little bit. Not too much. Not too much. Almost. Okay, there's 70k apoapsis. Stage that. Shut it down. Alright, it's gonna do a little flippy flipperoo here. It's fine. Did I lose my fairing already? Why is that separated? Okay, but I think it's fine to lose this fairing. Okay, cool. That loses us a little bit of weight since we're not burning up anymore. Look at this rocket. This rocket's crazy. Okay. You know what? I completely emptied out this stuff. If I can't dock with what's in here, I can't refuel. So I basically have to use this to dock at Minmus. So that is something to keep in mind here. That is definitely something to keep in mind since we emptied out all of our fuel. I have to circularize right orbit and get to Minmus and dock with what I have in that tank right there. So I might have to actually I might have to revert and put some extra fuel in at least some of those side tanks there. Okay, 30 seconds to AP. I'm going to punch this thing. Okay. Let's do it. I feel like I probably don't have enough Delta V to get to Minmus and dock with what we have here. Wow, we are wobbling. Oh, I didn't auto strut some things. This. Oh, that's a wobbly boy. Okay. That is a wobbling. Alright, we need to auto strut all that stuff if we revert to thing again here. How much DV did I use there? About a third of my DV. Space dildo. It's not a phallus, man. It's not phallic. Okay, it's a little phallic. But, you know, it's fine. Look, we keep saying it, so... What is this? Oh, it's the Austin Powers. Okay, okay, I got you. I got you. Okay, here we go. I know the reference. But I'm not going to watch it right now because I just don't have time. Oh, God. Okay, that's a revert. This thing must have dildo wobbled into the side there. Okay. Vert to assembly. Damn. Okay, I need to auto strut a few things. It's mostly for chat. I didn't need that anyway. I needed that. Okay, so I need to auto strut this. And this whole thing. Okay, and I think what I want to do... Let me try that rotating thing you said. If I rotate... I have to rotate a lot. Okay, if I rotate this whole section here. So I'd rotate this whole section like 45 degrees and then this whole section back the other 45 degrees. So I do that and then I rotate. Nope. God damn it. There. Does that help my Delta V if those are lined up? I feel like that's probably more aerodynamic. Okay. Okay. And then I'm going to actually fill these guys up with fuel. Because I don't think I can get to Minmus with just what we have. Okay. Let's do that. Also, maybe rotate your ship so gravity turn will be flat. I like the rotation that I have right now. The rotation I have is such that when I'm turning to the right, I'm losing my these guys. Which I've had better luck with getting an orientation when it's that way. If I keep these guys and lose the side guys, it feels worse. I'm used to what I have. Yes, I'm definitely used to this. Okay. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1. I have my Kerbals. 2 pilots and a scientist, right? Okay. Feels more aerodynamic. But what do I know? I'm no rocket scientist. Alright, we're hitting 500 ms, so let's throttle down some. Start turning very, very lightly. Not to tip over, just to give us a little bit of an angle. It wants to tip over, and we are keeping it from tipping over. Here's that guy. Good staging there. I like it. See if we can get to 90 degrees here without tipping. Alright, this feels like a better launch to me. Let's pass 70K and then cut it. There. Okay. Now, yeah, that definitely feels like a better launch. Does AutoStrut not place any real struts? No, it doesn't. It just stabilizes everything. For some reason, this fairing keeps just not being there. I don't know why. Deploy that. Okay, nothing exploded. That's good. That's just reducing some weight there. And hopefully we won't dildoify this time. And we actually have some DV in our other stage to hopefully get us to Minmus and dock to refuel all these guys. That is the hope. I don't know if it'll be enough DV, but maybe. Okay. Alrighty, coming up on 30 seconds to AP. Let's start going here. Kerbals are good, looking pretty heavy. Maybe eject them too. Are we dildoifying? Hey, we're stable. No more dildo rockets for us. Alright, we're staying constant at 32 seconds to apoapsis. That seems good. Maybe lower just a touch. I know it could take a pretty decent chunk of DV just to get to Minmus, so just don't know if we're going to be able to do this with what I designed. When they add in Kerbals to FTL. They're already in. They're called NGs. And my DV is not looking amazing. If I can circularize with what we have, maybe this will work. Why are you acting like there's no DV here? What? Why does it say there's fuel here? Is this connected to something? Is this connected to this DV? Oh god, I think it thinks this fuel is... Oh, jeez. Well... I'm just dragging weight here. I didn't disable crossfeed, no. I might need to change that. I don't think I have enough DV. We still haven't circularized our orbit. I think I need more for my launch stage. Because of how heavy this thing is, I think I need something adjusted for my launch stage. Pretty sure this is not going to work. We're going to get into orbit and then be out of DV. Is what's going to happen, I have a feeling. I mean, if we could get to Minmus, we could still possibly make this work, but I don't know. 50, 60, 70. All right, we're in orbit. And our DV is 653. I do not think that's enough to get to Minmus and then dock. Look at this station, by the way. It looks insane. Looks amazing. But I don't think we can get a Minmus... I don't think we can get to Minmus dock before we run out of DV here. Let me just check and see what the... Hit the lights. Okay. Hey! Lights look awesome. But sadly, lights aren't looking like they're giving us what we need to happen. So if I do a maneuver at the periapsis, let's see how much DV it's going to cost to get me there. Yeah. Yep, that is more DV than we got. Okay, I have to revert. I need to figure out... I think I need to disable staging, and I need to get more fuel in the bottom stage here. Revert to assembly. Because that is not going to work. That is not going to work. So I need to actually disable crossfeed there. And also enable that staging. Where was that one? This guy here. So I need to do that one. Oh, is it getting... It's getting sent off with this, isn't it? You know what? That's actually probably fine. So I want this guy to be there. So after we stage all that stuff, that's when we disable it. Check the center fairing stage. It's going with the second group of these guys, which I think is fine because we're usually outside of atmosphere by the time that happens. So I think that's fine. My issue is this bottom stage is not enough to get us up there. If I add more fuel, is that going to help or hurt us? If I add another tank for this, is that going to give us enough? What is my current... What's my current DV for these two stages? Come on, you stupid game. 458, 668, 2336. So it's like 3,000. It's like 3,500 DV. I feel like I need to get up to like 4K or something like that. So I'm going to just try to add more fuel here and hope this will do it. Or maybe I need to add other boosters or something. So if I do this, and this. 3,500, 4,000, over 4,000. So that's like 4,600. That hopefully will do it. Auto strut these guys and hope this will do it. Okay. Save it. That shouldn't have messed up any staging since those are just connected to those guys. Okay. Do you have the cones that have fuel in them? Oh, I do. I do. Although I think those are... well, actually, I don't know if I do. I have ones that are shaped that way, but they're like an adapter. They're an adapter that I guess I would put a smaller cone on top of. So do I want to do that? Let me do that real quick. Revert to assembly. Where am I on this ship, Rand? I'm the galactic cook aboard this adventure. Well, I got 2 pilots and a scientist. So you'd probably be the scientist. Let me do that, because if I can have cones with a little extra DV, that's probably going to be worth. So that would be I think it's these guys. Oh my god, this is lagging so hard right now. Not those guys. We're talking about these guys. All right, actually, so is that holding some? Yeah, okay. I don't think I've used these before, actually. There, does that give us even more DV? 35, 41, 46. I think it gives just a little bit. Okay, we're gonna go with that. Make sure my kerbals are assigned correctly. Pilot, scientist. Okay, let's go. Save, go. A wild shogi appears. He's one wild and crazy guy. We will absolutely science this up and make delicious food. Okay. I'm hoping my launch stage gets us into orbit this time. That way, with our little bit of transfer, we can start the Minmus transfer and have a little bit in the sides to dock on Minmus, and then refuel those. That might be as far as we get today, because our launches always take way longer than I want them to. But this rocket looks insane. Let's just take a second to look at this. It's crazy. Okay. Z, SAS, let's do it. 3, 2, 1, bam. This is so crazy OP that my computer can't quite handle this thing. What monstrosity have you returned to? The Duna Space Station Mark 1. It's not a monster, it's a beautiful monster. It is beautiful. Okay, there's 500. Let's throttle down a bit. Stage. Very nice. Tilt it a little bit. Just a bit of a tilt. Don't let it go too far because it'll spin over. Such a good looking rocket, or collection of multiple rockets. Yes. Definitely a collection of multiple rockets. I would agree with that. Okay, we're going to use up the rest of these boosters. Then we lose them. And then we cut it. Okay. All right, we got much higher on this launch. Not sure if that's a good or bad thing. Hopefully it's a good thing. Hopefully that'll help us with our circularization. Maybe. I basically need to get in orbit with this guy. I want to have extra after we get into orbit still left in this guy. I just don't know. Because I can't get a better tilt on my launch, I feel like that's what's keeping me from having as efficient a launch as I can have. Oh, I need to do this. Deploy that guy. Once we get in orbit, that's when we'll deploy our solar panels. Okay. Speed up time a bit. Okay. All right, let's get into orbit with some DV left. I would love for that to happen. Stage view. Okay. And as we're turning, need to get circular. Get circular tubular, man. I don't want to go below the horizon. I think I got a little bit below the horizon last time, which might have made it slightly less efficient, but I don't know. Your tilt was just fine, Rand. All the cookies I baked fell off the table and are now floating around the cabin due to your tilting. Well, you know, as long as they're floating around the cabin, it means we're in the vacuum of space where there is no gravity. So it's perfectly planned that way. Just like I planned it. What just happened? Why did that fly off? Oh my god, revert launch. Why did something fly off? I don't know what caused the piece to fly off. It's auto strutted, so it shouldn't have flown off like that. All right, I guess I got to watch not space view so I can see when things are starting to vibrate around and flying off. Oh man. Okay. I'm gonna try to get a little bit more tilted here. Get tilted. Try to do just tiny bits of tilt as we go up. Maybe turn the RCS on to help with tilt. Will RCS do anything during launch? I mean, maybe once I get out of the atmosphere. I don't know that RCS would do anything for this, for my launch. RCS rockets are so weak, I feel like they would do nothing. Alright, this tilt's better. Oh god, stop lagging on me, game. Definitely better. Okay, good place, and stage, cut. Okay, this definitely looks better to me. Let's do our deploying of this. Everything's connected. It looked like maybe the one with the satellite on it got split off somehow. Yeah, that's a much, I think that's better anyway. Maybe a little better, who knows. Okay. But I think RCS will help. I can try RCS to keep us stay on target. Quick save. Man, I don't even know if we'll get to frickin' Minmus with our failed launches over and over. I mean, it makes sense that a complicated rocket would have complicated problems that keep complicating our launch. Okay. All right, here we go. And we'll keep an eye on what... I think this thing fell off last time. Maybe we weren't in the atmosphere, so I don't know what caused the friction that would have knocked that off. Something's vibrating. What's causing that vibration? Did you guys see my entire ship? Is it because do I need to keep the fairing on? Like, I have no idea. Has anybody ever seen it vibrate like that before? Kraken strikes again. Okay, well, I'm going to just keep the fairing on. Maybe the fairing being off is causing some weird vibration. That was Apollo 13 moment. Well, it's happened twice in a row now, so I don't know what's causing that. I'm going to keep the fairing on and see if you thought that bug was fixed. Is that a bug? Well, that's the first time I've seen that on a launch. I don't know if it's because I have so many parts or what. But everything just started vibrating, and I don't know what caused it. I had a good launch. Let's try this one more time. If this fails again, I might give up. I might give up and have to try this next time. Good now. All right, we'll see you later, One Call Speeder. Have a great night, my friend. Can't blame that on space earthquakes, right? Space earthquakes. I feel like that might be a contradiction in terms. Not 100% on that. Nothing else. Got lots of practice on having a more tilted launch. Oh, from the wiki. Okay, I can't read that right now, but okay. You know what? I'm gonna cut this now, even though I still have more weight on me. Save this little extra fuel here. The high velocities caused by floating point errors in the code, which cause parts to be slightly misaligned or misplaced on the ship, which would in turn cause the physics engine to detect the parts breaking off or colliding. So it sounds like maybe some piece is very slightly misaligned. Maybe if I fix my decoupling placement, that'll fix it or something. Well, if this fails, I might give it one more try with making that change. But for now, let's speed up time. Turn on RCS. Get to 30 seconds. Okay, all right. Here we go, 30 seconds. Z. Get rid of that. Okay, that's all clear. I wonder if I start seeing it shaking, if I slow down my thrusters, if having a lower velocity might help. I'm also keeping my fairing intact, so maybe that will help protect whatever might be misaligned. No, there it goes. So something here is causing a vibration. Detects engine parts breaking. Okay. Okay. I got maybe one more try in me here. Let me very slightly alter the couplings to be closer to the ship, maybe. It could be this. I mean, that's your guess is as good as mine. It's the same piece that keeps falling off too. There, if I just like have it more in touch there, maybe have these guys out just a touch so they're not inside there. So maybe it's collision things happening. Maybe something to do with your center of mass and center of thrust. They are pretty far away from each other. I don't know how to fix that with this build. Looks like the RCS starts to go ape donkey once it starts deviating a little bit. I think I'm going to just turn off the RCS. I'm just not going to use it. Okay, make sure my Kerbals are here. Alright, didn't screw up any staging. You don't know the workaround of that bug? Okay. I actually think I want to move the fairing to stage with this guy instead of that. Okay.
Watching on the Twitch now.
Oh my god, always Luigi with the 23 months. Thank you so much for your continued randomness, man. You're a bro. Keep the middle fairing. I'm just going to move it up so it splits off when the rest of the rocket falls off. Yeah, so we'll keep both fairings for this bottom part. I've been doing great always, Luigi. Really well. Having a little hard time with my game right now, but the stream's been amazing lately, so. All right, let's see if that slight adjustment of placement of things and then changing the fairing staging will maybe help this. This is probably my last attempt at this because I got like 13 minutes. If this works, we can maybe get to min-miss and refuel, but if not, we're kind of out of ideas. I'm going to have to mess with something. I don't know. I love this rocket, but I guess with how buggy this game is, I'm sure the more stuff you add to the rocket, the more likely things are going to bug out, lag like we're having, all that kind of thing. Is the part with the radar braking? I think it is the part with the radar. Maybe if I swap that to the other side. I need to move the radar. I honestly don't know what would be the way to counteract it. The good thing is this bottom thing's working fine. My launch part of the rocket is fine. It's just the top part vibrating and going crazy. Okay, let's cut that. Because our apoapsis is above the atmosphere. Okay. Okay. Okay, so the fairing stayed on this time. Although I didn't stage this yet, but it should still stay on even when I stage this because of how we staged it. Okay. Oh, prograde. And I'm just not going to use RCS. I don't think that has anything to do with it, but I mean, the RCS is right in that section that keeps breaking, so just in case. All right, we're losing speed. So let's go ahead and go here. I wonder if completely shutting off is a bad idea because we lose a lot of velocity. I wonder if we're losing momentum and costing myself DV. I might give this one more try and like keep my engines on. But if this just vibrates and explodes again, probably will give up today. I might have to make some changes. Please, please don't vibrate and explode. I'm gonna hit Q and E to like rotate as if it starts vibrating. Oh man, I don't know that we're gonna circularize here. Let's throttle down because our time to apoapsis is kind of low. Let's actually cut it for a bit here. Okay, well, we didn't vibrate and die this time, so maybe our adjustment worked. I still don't know that we have enough DV, though. I feel like we should have way more than enough DV with what we added. Just don't know if I'm doing the launch poorly. If I just am not launching correctly or something. I don't know. We're getting pretty high, so there might be, again, too much vertical on my launch. Okay, all right. Let's thrust again here. Can I circularize and still have some fuel left? I would really like it if I could. Really like to have some DV left. You think I need about 600 MS more? I just added 600 MS more with what I did previously. Well, we've almost circularized here. So we'll see how much DV we have left this time. We have more this time. We do have more because we weren't draining these fuel tanks, so maybe. We'll see how much DV we have left because we might, this might work. So I'm almost circularized. If I have like 1,000 DV left after we circularize, that might be enough to get us to Minmus and dock. It's looking like it's going to be kind of close for that. Almost there. Okay. Okay, we have over 1,000 DV and we got there. Okay. Okay. I think this might work. I think this might work. Let's save. I got like 5 minutes. If I can get to Minmus and dock, that's our goal. If we can get to Minmus and dock, that is the goal. Okay. So if we do like a maneuver over here. Oh, I need to, first things first, get my tilt correct, set as target. So I need an ascending node or descending node maneuver. Can I make Kerbal my, okay, whatever. Set maneuver here. Oh crap, I need to get rid of this maneuver. Delete that one. Delete that guy. Okay, ascending node. Maneuver. Alright, first things first, we gotta fix our tilt. So I can't see the, God, this frickin' UI is so terrible. God, this UI is so bad. 6.1, okay. God, I hope Kerbal Space Program 2's UI is better. It's just so bad in this game. So the more I play it, the more frustrating it gets. Did I go past? Yes, I went past. Apparently I'm not right on the ascending node because I can't get it where I want it to be. Doesn't help like it's lagging like crazy as well. Unset target. There. Set as target, but let me focus in here. This frickin' game, man. Okay, now I gotta do it here. So descending node. Let me get right on the descending node, please, game. There. Add maneuver. Once I ran out of fuel trying to return to Kerbin, and you got so close you got return trajectory by burning your remaining monopropellant. Really nice. Wrong direction. Oh. 0.5, 0.4, 3, 2, 1. Come on, give me 0. Give me 0. Doesn't look like it's going to give me 0. I guess I'll take 0.1. Okay, let's do the lowest. That gives me 0.1. Okay, we'll do that. 265 DV for that. We'll have 800 DV. Oh, that's still cutting it close, man. Wait, 1? No, 0.1. There, 225. Okay. All right. Let's do that. Warp to maneuver. You had to aero brake too? Yeah. Okay. All right. 225. Okay, so we're going to have about 800 left. That's to get to Minmus and dock. I don't know if it's going to be enough. Because I think the maneuver to get us to Minmus is often 700 to 800. So this is possible, but it's not looking likely. 3, 2, 1, burn. If you get into the orbit, the other ship has fuel. That's true. I could bring the other ship to me. It's true. You know, I even have kind of a delivery ship with that little extra thing we have, so maybe we can do something like that. Okay. How's that? 0.1. We'll take it. Should have spent more scrap on engines. Yeah, what a good call. What a good call. Okay, so there's my guy up there. Just want to do a maneuver somewhere over here to get an encounter. Oh, that's definitely too much, but that's... Oh, okay. Oh, that's already too much right there. Okay, can I do it at the PE and save us some fuel here? Oh, yes, maybe. Uh, 882, that's still too much. God, it's taking so much DV to move this thing because it's so heavy. I feel like I'm gonna have to.
Thank you for the follow.
Marky, thank you so much for follow. How much DV do I have in this? 809. So let me go down to like. I need to change my maneuver to like what I have fuel for in this one. So like, can I do it with like 750? Because I got to leave at least some to actually break and get into orbit. I just don't think that's going to happen. I think I'm going to have to go back to the drawing board for this ship. It sucks to end the stream like this all the time. This doesn't even get me to Minmus this amount. I mean, to the moon. Oh, and the UI is just getting more and more frustrating the more I try to mess with it. At least didn't end on the Kraken, that's true. We did get some good stuff done today. That's for sure. But we need to have like 1,000 DV after we've gotten our tilt. So we need like 1,200 DV still. Because right now, it's saying we can get there if we stage again. But if we stage again, we're dropping off our station. So either we're going to need to add more fuel up here. But that adds more weight. Or we got to do something to the bottom stage. So sadly, guys, I'm going to revert to launch. To vehicle assembly. We're going to have to do some adjustments to this rocket. So, second half of our stream, not the best. We weren't able to get this station up there. This is a really complex build, so in case you can't tell, this is a crazy, crazy freaking rocket. So, I am going to end it there. So, thank you all so much for watching. If there's anybody new to the stream, please hit the follow. Hope you guys have enjoyed the Kerbal Space program. We'll be playing some more next Tuesday, is probably the plan. We will be playing some more FTL tomorrow. So, if anybody wants to come hang out for FTL, that'll be for sure probably more of these as intended challenge and all that crazy stuff. I might need to make some adjustments to this thing down here anyway. So We're kind of always just barely making it into orbit. And if I add like another one of these big tanks, maybe that'll just solve our problem. So anyway, I'm going to head out. Thank you all so much for watching. Again, we'll see you tomorrow with some FTL. Hope you have a great weekend. If I don't see you, and happy gaming. You guys rock. We'll see you all next time. Later, my friends.